throw ourselves in the sea. I'm so sorry. Alright.
I'm sweating. Okay, sorry. Should we start again?
Hey guys, welcome to Ever After. My name is Stephen.
And I'm Rosie.
And yeah, this is our channel. So what do we do? So our channel is mainly going to talk about relationships and the kind of stuff we're interested in, really. Communication, how to sustain love, and yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So we've been together for about coming up 8 years now.
Anniversary's just around the corner.
Yeah. And we actually, we started dating when we were in school, and we want to talk about sustaining young love, because I think a lot of people say when you're in school, you can't sustain a relationship for very long, or people tend to fall out of love. So how can you sustain love whilst you're in a young couple? Whilst you're in a young relationship, and how can you make it a lasting one? So we've got 5 simple steps that could help you, which have definitely helped us.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's simple, but yeah, they're there. Something I think people should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. 5 points. Come on. Do you want to start the first one?
Okay, growing in love. So this is about not falling in love and not just jumping into a relationship, but actually spending time with the person and being present in the relationship. Yeah, because I think, well, that's something that we did.
Yeah, I mean,
for a long time.
Yeah. It's really quite nice growing up, not having a lot, but the beginning stages of a relationship where you don't have your own house, you stay up late on the phone, you rack up your parents' phone bills. At least that was the case for us when we were a bit younger. And all these kind of things is just the nice beginnings of a relationship, I find. But enjoying the little things, going out to the park and just spending time with each other, doing activities. We used to, I think with the group of guys, we were just like, not kiss chase, but something like that. Anyway, it's nice.
We did that.
Not us.
You did that.
No. It's we played games in the park, like and stuff. Yeah. You remember? Yeah. All that kind of stuff's cool. For guys though, I find it a lot where guys talk about, oh, I've been friend zoned and stuff. You hear it a lot, and the friend zone's actually not a bad place to be, because friendship has all the characteristics of a relationship. There's trust. The girl is, or the guy, in whatever direction goes to, is comfortable with being around you and stuff. So the only thing that's kind of missing is just being attractive to them. I think that was our thing, to be honest. I think I was friend zoned, but yeah, she admits it. Okay.
Well, I didn't like you,
no,
did I?
Didn't,
how you liked me, and I didn't see you in that way.
And I went to the gym.
No, but that's something we could talk about in another one.
Yeah.
So also, because you're going to be investing a lot of time into this person, you want to make sure they're the right one for you. Do you have anything to add to that? Yeah,
just ask like challenging questions. Not, don't interview the person, but I think there are a lot of interesting questions topics of conversation we need to have, like what are your dreams, what are your aspirations? They don't need to be as glamorous as that, but like, what do you want to do? And I think in that process, even you've either, when the person knows what they're doing, when you see their vision, that kind of makes you fall in love with them a little bit. Yeah. I
think that might be one of our points. Vision?
Yeah, probably. I'm jumping ahead.
Okay, we'll come back to that one.
Cool. But yeah, we're back now. Carrying on.
Yes.
Point
number 2.
Awesome. Yep.
So point number 2 is having your own independence and security. Everyone has a need for security, and if you're meeting that need in unhealthy ways, then through other people. So if a lot of people say that they find the happiness in their partner, and they find fulfillment in their partner, but what happens when that partner can't meet your expectations of those needs? And that's when your relationship starts to become a little bit unhealthy and unstable.
No, I totally agree with that. So a lot of people find, so we have the saying, my other half. I'm sure it's not literally your other half, but some people I think take it to that extreme where they feel as though the other person completes them, and I think that's where it's quite unstable. I often use the analogy of chairs. So if you visualize yourself as a chair and you're half a chair, actually no, that doesn't work. So let's start again. So your other half is like you come to a relationship with only one leg to stand on, and when that person joins you, you then have two legs. But if you were a whole person, you come with your two legs, they come together, you got four, you're more stable if you were a chair. Anyway, that's how I see it. It's really quite important. And then the other side of it is with insecurity, it's just, I think it makes you think the worst of the person. It invites a lot of room for poison and just toxic behavior in relationships. Say for example, your partner's meeting a friend of the opposite gender, you immediately think the worst in them because you are insecure with maybe your relationship or just the way you look or the way you think your partner thinks about you, and it just, you know, snowballs from there really. So yeah, it's a bit of a heavy one.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot that we could add to that, and independence as well, just to add a little bit on that, is to have your own life. You are your own person as well, to have your own being. Am I making any sense?
No,
so just being whole yourself and having those things that you love to do outside of the relationship as well is really important. And I think, well, having quite a long distance relationship for quite a while, we've cultivated that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Very well.
Because you grow apart and then you come together to live.
And just to add to, if you're insecure, sometimes I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're in an argument, for example, I could say, why are you angry at me?
Yeah.
But actually, I'm the one that's angry, and you can't start blaming your partner or the other person for having these emotions and feeling certain ways, when actually you need to deal with them inside yourself and recognise them.
Yeah, such a deep topic.
Yeah, we'll come back to that on another time.
Yeah.
Communication. Open, brave communication is really hard to tackle, and especially to learn, but it is learnable, so keep going with it. And it's really uncomfortable to start with. So we're talking about being vulnerable, opening up to one another to really connect, and that is the goal of your communication. We're not just talking about light-hearted, hi, how are you doing?
When people say communication, it's just like, oh, we just need to communicate, you know, what sustains a relationship. Communication is such a broad term. If I'm to define it now, I actually wouldn't say, but it's some kind of sort of the characteristics of good communication would be actually being intentional. There we go. With what you're saying, and really trying to communicate how you feel to the other person. And you were saying before, the other person listens to understand.
Listening to understand and connect, and that involves a lot of vulnerability on behalf of whoever's speaking, because vulnerability does set the stage to build great trust, and that's really important in relationships, whether it's friendships or a relationship. And
no relationships, different types of ships.
Ships.
But it's good. So oftentimes people use conversation as just ammo. So it often in relationships as well, where you're emotionally invested in it, somebody says something and you actually just use that as ammunition for your own rebuttal, your own response, and you know, fire kind of just brings more fire and escalates. So
this is a big one, so we're going to come back to this
one.
But
I do like it.
It
not to cut you off, but it's good, say, when people get in arguments. No, it's fine. When people get in arguments and they struggle to communicate, arguments are it's scary at the time, because again, you're emotionally invested in it, but it's such a good space, if done right, for you to grow together. When you expose why you're hurt and then the other person puts down their own walls, it's selfless, you know, you help each other and you grow in that. So there's been so many times where we get into arguments, looking back, it hasn't been that big a deal.
No.
But you feel so this is it, the relationship is
over, especially when you're young in a relationship.
It's
and
scary.
So one technique that we'll just leave you with to start with for now, you might find this online. We're done a book on communication about is the iMessage.
Right, yeah.
So when you're communicating, it's saying, I feel this way when this event happens, so I feel really unheard that you keep leaving the toilet seat up because I feel really devalued because it's something we've talked about.
Yeah.
So it's not...
you did this and
blah, blah, blah. And it's not I think you're stupid because you keep forgetting to... Because that's putting something on someone else and blaming them, whereas actually you're just wanting to connect and share how you feel about what's going on. And that's the same in any argument.
Okay, go. Sorry.
It's taking your time.
Too excited.
Yeah.
Just to add on to that, so for the receiving end, so the person being told off or listening to that, I think it's quite nice for the person that's speaking to say something that provides safety to begin with, because the initial kind of behavior for the person listening is straight away to put walls up. Oh, I feel, if you tell me you feel upset, I'm like, well, what have I done? And la-di-da. But if you tell the person, it doesn't have to be this dramatic, but I love you and I love you. That's so emotional. It's like, I don't know. I don't know who I'm talking to anymore. Okay, so say for example, you create a safe environment where so the person knows that even after you tell them how you feel, like that doesn't change the dynamic between you two. You still love the person. It's just something that's getting in the way and you really want to sort out. And it's so much easier for the person to then move forward because they're not full of shame or upset with you.
You've done that to me before in the past, where you start this conversation by saying, just so you know, I want to connect with you and I want to resolve this before
I think that's so important.
Starting the conversation.
You can even link that to the whole goals thing.
Yeah,
you can link it to the whole goals thing because we both agree that this is where we want to get to. So regardless of how the conversation goes, how upset I make you and how upset you make me, how vulnerable we feel, ultimately we want to be together right now. So that's it. Cool.
Yes, so that leads us on to our next point.
Point number 4.